Hi, thanks for purchasing and taking part in these online yoga sessions that I'm providing. So just a couple of bits of guidance when you're doing this at home, making sure that the area that you're using to do your yoga in is as tidy as it can be, or if there are any objects like a coffee table or a sofa that can't be moved, or a lampshade above you, just making sure that you're aware of where those objects are and you're adjusting as you need to. Also as well, make sure that you're feeling okay before doing yoga. So if you're feeling ill at all, or you've got a headache, cold, or whatever it might be, if you're not feeling quite right, then maybe delaying doing your yoga practice until later in the day or another day. Take all of my instructions that I give you as guidance. So if it doesn't feel right, or if there's any pain or discomfort, then only coming into the posture to a point that it's comfortable for you, or you can choose not to come into the posture, or you can choose to take a break as you need to. I will offer options and modifications to some of the postures, but if they don't quite work for you, then feel free to make further adjustments that seem sensible for your own body. So thank you for joining in and enjoy. Hi everybody, hope you are all okay. Thank you for joining in for another 60-minute yoga session. So in this week's class, so those of you that come regular, you'll be familiar with using the strap occasionally. So if you don't have a yoga strap, usually a trouser belt or a belt from a dressing gown will usually do. We're going to use this towards the end of the session. So you can either press pause and grab it now, or you can wait towards the end of the session. And as well, unless you're comfortable sitting flat on the mat, having a block or a pillow cushion, something to raise the bum up to make it more comfortable in the seated positions as we need to. So we're going to start with a short meditation. So we're either seated cross-legged or sitting with the legs out in front if that's uncomfortable, on the knees. So I've got my block. I'll come into a cross-legged position, or you can have legs out in front, and we're resting the hands, the arms in the lap so that they are supported. We're extending up tall, dropping the chin, closing the eyes, and then just bringing your awareness, your attention to your breath. And in these initial moments of your meditation, just taking a moment to notice how you feel at the moment. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel in your mind? You don't need to do anything with that information, you just need to notice. So you might think, oh, my body feels a little bit tight, or it feels okay, it feels relaxed, or maybe you notice a little bit of tension because you've been busy before doing before stopping to do your yoga session, or maybe the mind is a little bit active and darting around and thinking about a few different things. So we're just noticing, so you can let it be, and then we'll notice again at the end of the session. So noticing the flow of air in and out of the body. Noticing the feeling of the air in through the nostrils, out again. So we're using that sensation, that feeling of the breath as our central point of focus. So if you notice that your attention drifts, either a thought or a sound draws your attention, as soon as you've noticed that it's drifted, you'll bring it back to your breathing. And then if you start to take some deeper breaths, and then when you're ready, we'll open the eyes. So if you have got the legs crossed, we're just going to extend them out in front. And again, making sure that when you've got the legs out in front, it doesn't feel like too much of an effort to hold yourself upright. So if you feel you're aware of tightness in the backs of the legs and it's leading to a bit of an arch in the back and you're having to lean forward to keep upright, then sit on a block, grab another pillow or another cushion or whatever it is that you need to so that you can sit upright and it feels relatively comfortable to be in this position. So from this seated position with the legs out in front, we'll raise the arms up. So we're extending up till we've got the arms up to the side. We're going to take a breath in, and as you breathe out, twisting to the left, breathing back in, coming back to center, breathing out to the right. Inhale to center, breathe out to the left. So we're going to continue this movement following your breath, and as you twist, you can reach your way through the fingertips. Coming back. And we'll do a couple more times on each side. Breathing out as you twist, inhale back to center. So we breathe out as the body opens, breathing in as the body comes back to center. And then next time you've been to your right side, we'll come back to center, we'll allow the arms to come down, and then we'll come to a cross-legged position. Or again, if that's uncomfortable on the knees, you can continue to have the legs out in front. Placing the hands on the knees, extending up tall, leading with the chest forwards, hands down, head hanging, and if you can, shuffle the fingertips away, steady breath. So when we're in this position, we're not worrying about how far we've come forward, but again, if you struggle to forward fold, use the block to lift the bum up a little bit, and it helps to encourage the forward fold. So at least gravity can help you with your forward fold. Walk the hands back to press yourself up. So if you do have the legs crossed, we'll change cross of the legs. Hands on the knees, extending up, lead with the chest forwards, hands down, head hanging, and again, shuffling the fingertips away. Steady breath. And then walking the hands back, pressing yourself up. Placing your right hand on the ground next to you, raising up your left arm, reaching up towards the ceiling and then over the top towards the right side. So you're reaching over through the fingertips as well as pressing down through the right hand. Back to center, left hand down, raising right arm, reaching up and over. And then coming back to center. Right hand down, raising left arm, reaching up and over. And then going back to center, once more to the left, so left hand down, raising the right, reaching up and over. And then coming back to center, raising the arms up, crossing your left arm underneath your right, fingertips up towards the ceiling if you can, with fingers to palms reaching up. Steady breath. Arms come back in front, right arm under left, fingertips to ceiling, and again, if you can, fingers to palms reaching up. And then back in front, left arm under the right, so we're going to do it once more on each side, fingertips up, fingers to palms reaching up. And then back in front, right arm under the left, fingertips up, fingers to palms, and reaching up. And then allow the arms to come back down. Taking the legs out in front. So we're going to bend up the right leg, right foot outside of left. right fingertips behind to the side, raising up your left arm, reaching up towards the ceiling, left arm across outside of the right leg, twisting, turning the upper body to the right. Slowly back to centre. Legs out in front, so we'll switch sides, bending up the left leg, left foot outside of the right. Left fingertips behind, raising the right arm, reaching up, right arm across, outside of the left leg, twisting, turning the upper body to the left. Back to centre. We'll do that once more on each side, extending the legs, bending up the right foot outside of the left leg, right fingertips behind, raising up left arm, reaching up towards the ceiling, left arm across, outside of the right leg, twisting, turning the upper body to the right. Back to centre, changing legs, bending up left foot outside of right. Left fingertips behind, raising up the right arm, reaching up, right arm across outside of that left leg, twisting, turning the upper body to face a little bit more towards the left side. And back to centre. From here we'll make our way to all fours. Coming onto hands and knees for a few rounds of cat-cow. So we are tipping the pelvis back, the back arches, the head drops, tipping the pelvis forward, belly moves towards the ground as you take the gaze forward. Tipping pelvis back, back arches, head drops, tipping the pelvis forward, taking the gaze forward. Continuing that movement. Steady breath, gently transitioning from one position to the other. Inhaling as you tip the pelvis forward, take the gaze forward. Breathing out as you tip the pelvis back, back arches and head drops. So nice, gentle transition from one position to the other. Pausing next time you're in a flat back position. From here we're going to turn the body to face to the right, and as I do that, straighten the right leg, raising the right arm up. Right hand and right knee back to the mat, turning to the left. Straightening the left leg, raising left arm up, opening chest to the left side, back to all fours. Turning to the right, straightening the right leg, raising the right arm up. And then back to all fours and once more to the left, turning to the left, straightening left leg, raising the left arm up. And then coming back to an all fours position. And then from here, raising up your right leg, so you're pressing into the right heel, raising up the left arm if you can. Keep that left hand down if you need to. Back to all fours. Lifting up your left leg, pressing into your left heel, raising up your right arm. Back to all fours, right leg, left arm, back to all fours, left leg and right arm, and then coming back to an all fours position. So we're going to do a variation of that where we'll come into a three-legged downward dog and then do knee to elbow back to all fours. So there was a modification to that. So if I demonstrate coming into three-legged downward dog first, so this will be your more challenging option if you like. So we're going to straighten that right leg and then coming to a three-legged downward dog from here. So I'll curl the left toes under, pressing up into downward dog, right knee, right elbow, back to all fours, and then left leg, pressing up, left knee, left elbow, back to all fours. So your alternative version of that will be bringing the knee to the elbow without coming into an all fours position. So it would be extending the right leg, right knee to right elbow, back to all fours. So choosing which option works best for you. So from all fours, lifting up your right leg, pressing into your right heel, curl the left toes under, and then pressing into your three-legged downward dog. Allow the head to hang, press right heel to ceiling,
right knee towards right elbow, and then back to all fours. Lifting up your left leg, press the left heel behind you, curl the right toes under, pressing into your three-legged downward dog. So you're pressing that left heel towards the ceiling, left knee, left elbow, back to all fours. Lifting up your right leg, extending the right leg behind, curl the left toes under, pressing up into your three-legged downward dog. Right knee to right elbow, down to all fours. Lifting up your left leg, pressing into your left heel, curl the right toes under, pressing into three-legged downward dog. Left knee, left elbow, back to all fours. Lifting up right leg, pressing into right heel, curl the left toes under, pressing into three-legged downward dog. Right knee to right elbow, and to all fours. Lifting up your left leg, we're going to do it once more, pressing into left heel, curl the right toes under, pressing left heel to ceiling in your three-legged downward dog. Left knee, left elbow, and back to all fours. Knees wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels, and we'll just come into child's pose for a few breaths. So child's pose, or your comfortable rest position, and just taking a few breaths there before we move on. Sliding the hands out in front, so we're still in child's pose, we're just extending the arms out, fingers sprayed, hands pressing into the mat, inhaling coming up, breathing out coming down, inhaling up, and breathing out back down. So we'll just continue this movement for a few rounds. Steady breath. Pausing next time we're upright or we're on all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then from here to downward dog. So we curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. Having a bit of a bend in the legs if you need it, pressing through the hands, through the fingers to press the bum to ceiling. As you do that, the chest moves towards the mat. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale as you come up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathing out as you come down. Keeping your hands in prayer position, stepping to the top of the mat if you're not there already. So we're extending up tall, taking a breath in and out. We'll breathe in and then out. Inhaling up, breathing out, folding forwards. Hands to shins, inhale as you lift into flat back. Hands to mat, and we'll step back to plank. And then we come all the way down onto the mat. Extend the toes. Inhale as you lift into cobra. Breathing out as you come down. Curl the toes under. Pressing up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards. Folding forwards. Inhale as you come up. Hands to prayer position. Breathing out as you come down. Inhaling up. Breathing out forward. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift. Hands to mat, back to plank. All the way down. Extend the toes. Inhale, lifting into cobra. Breathing out down. Curl the toes under, pressing up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale coming up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathing out down. Inhaling up. Breathing out forwards. Hands to shins, inhale as you lift. Hands to mat. Stepping back into plank. All the way down. Extend the toes. Inhale cobra. Breathing out down. Curl the toes under. Up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhaling up, hands to prayer position, breathing out, down. So we do one more round. Inhale up, breathe out forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift, hands to mat, and back to plank. All the way down, extend the toes, inhale cobra, breathe out down, curl toes under, up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale coming up, hands to prayer position, and breathing out down and taking the hands down. Great stuff. So we'll take a short step forwards with the right foot. Inhale the arms up, breathe out through to the back. Inhale to the front, exhale to the back. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Allow the arms to drop, left foot forwards, right foot back. Inhaling up, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Allow the arms to drop down. Feet a bit wider than hip width. Bending the legs. And gently one side to the other. Lifting the arms up a bit higher. And then allow the arms to drop. Feet to hip width. Bending the legs. Inhale up. Breathe out down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And allow the arms to drop down. Great stuff. So in a moment we'll start a standing sequence. So within this, just a little something to point out, stuff that we've done before, but we're going to be focusing a little bit more on a transition between a couple of the postures. So there'll be a point at which we'll come into a revolved triangle pose. So we come into that with the feet in a like a warrior one type position. So we'll be in a warrior one, we'll straighten, in this case, my left leg, left arm comes down, and then we're going to take this hand, so the right hand across to the left leg, hand on the hip, and if we can, we'll draw the shoulder back, and if we can, raising this left arm up, but we can keep the hand down if we want. From here, what we're going to have a go at doing is coming into a warrior two, so we're going to be facing the other way, but trying to do it in a nice fluid movement. So I'm going to start to take a bend in this left leg as I raise up, right arm behind, also turning this back foot out to come into a warrior two. Or doing it as obviously as best you can, but trying to, nice fluid movement of turning the body, keeping the arms out wide, so they'll be coming from kind of a position, sorry, like this, and then opening up into your warrior two, and obviously we'll need to turn that back foot. Right, so if we come to the top of the mat, so we're feet hip width, we're extending up tall, shoulders are relaxed, we're going to bring hands to prayer position, inhaling as you take the hands up, breathing out as you fold forwards. And then we're going to step the right foot back into the lunge and bring the right knee down onto the mat. So right foot back, right knee down, extend right toe. Bring yourself upright so the chest is forward, raise the arms up, and just leaning back slightly if you can. And then we're going to come forwards again, take hands back to the mat, and step the left foot back to come into plank. Press the bum back into a downward dog, and then from here, from our downward dog, we're going to make our way to warrior one. So you can come down onto all fours if you want and step the right foot forwards, or we're going to lift up the right foot, bend the right leg, Bring the right foot forward. You can bring it up with the hand if you need to. Get that left foot flat, raising up, hips, chest, facing forwards. Feet are on those imaginary parallel tracks, so you should feel quite stable in this position. And then we're going to straighten that right leg. I'll keep a slight bend if you need to. Hands to a reverse prayer position or cradling the arms, extending up, leading with the chest forwards. Allow the head to hang, steady breath. So we're just pausing in this position for a few breaths. So you can feel the legs working to hold your balance. You're aware of the stretch in the back of the right leg. Just focusing on your breath, imagining the head sinking towards the ground. Slowly back to warrior one. So as you lift up, we're bringing the arms up, taking the bend back in the right leg, hips, chest, facing forwards. So from here, we're going to come into our revolved triangle. So we're straightening the right leg, allow the right arm to come down. So you're reaching up towards the ceiling through the left fingertips, folding forwards, left hand across to your right leg, right hand on your right hip, and then if we can, turning the upper body to face a bit more to the right, and option of reaching right fingertips towards the ceiling. So from here, we'll make our way to warrior two. So you're lifting yourself up, turning, keeping the arms out, turning the chest to face the other side, turn that left foot out, looking forwards over the top of the right hand. From here, we're going to come into the position where we have hands in prayer position, and if we can, left leg onto right thigh. If you struggle with that, come into chair pose legs with the hands in a prayer position. So from warrior two, hands to prayer position, left leg onto the right thigh. Or chair pose legs, so both feet on the mat, legs bent. From here to warrior three. So I'm taking the weight into the right leg, folding forwards and extending the left leg behind. And then if we can, we're going to come back to that previous position. So we're taking the bend in the right leg, left leg on the right thigh, and then we're going to step the left foot back into warrior one. Hips, chest, facing forwards. Turning the palms forwards to downward dog. From downward dog, bringing the shoulders forwards into plank, all the way down. Extend the toes, inhale cobra. Breathe out down, curl the toes under, pressing up and back into downward dog. Stepping forwards and folding forwards. Inhale as you come up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out, coming down, taking the hands down. Great stuff. There you go. Either going to crack on, or you can grab yourself a quick drink and then join in again in a moment. So we'll run through that again, leading with the left side, the left leg. So we're at the top of the mat, extending up, hands to prayer position, inhaling up, breathing out as you fold forward. So have a bit of a bend in the legs if you need it. Left foot back into a lunge position. So the heel is off the mat. Then we'll bring the left knee down, extend the left toes, coming upright, raising the arms up as you take the chest forwards, leaning back slightly, bringing the hands back to the mat, making your way into plank. So we're stepping the right foot back as you curl the right toes under, left toes under, pressing the bum back to downward dog. From our downward dog, we're going to make our way into our revolved triangle. So we're going to lift up left foot, bend left leg, stepping the left foot forwards, right foot is flat, raising up, hips, chest, facing forwards. So we're going to keep the right arm in the air, straightening left leg, left arm comes down, reaching up towards the ceiling through the right fingertips, folding forwards, taking the right hand to the left leg, left hand, left hip, turning the upper body, the chest to face to the left side, reaching left fingertips to ceiling. And then from here, making your way to warrior two. So we're lifting up, taking the bend in that left leg, turning the right foot out as you take the right arm behind, looking forwards over the top of the left hand. Hands to prayer position. So again, either step the right foot forwards to chair pose legs if you prefer, or we're going to bring right leg to left thigh. From here into a warrior three, so we're taking the weight into the left leg, extending the right leg behind as you fold forwards at the waist. If we can, back to that previous position, so we're bending the left leg, right leg onto the left thigh, and stepping right foot back to a warrior one. Turning the palms forwards, folding forwards to a downward dog. Moving shoulders forwards into plank, all the way down. Extending the toes, inhale as you lift into cobra. Breathe out as you come down, curl the toes under, pressing up and back into downward dog. And then knees down wide, toes towards each other, bum to heels, and just taking a pause there in your child's pose or your adjusted rest position. So just pausing for a few breaths before we continue on. And we'll slide, walk the hands out in front, fingers spread, press the hands into the mat as if you're trying to press it forwards away from you, and then inhale as you come up, and then breathing out as you come back down. And we'll just run through this movement for a few rounds. And then pausing next time you're upright or you're in an all fours position, wrists under shoulders, knees under, hip curl, the toes under, back to downward dog. And stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhale, coming up, hands to prayer position above the head. Breathing out, coming down, and taking the hands down. Good stuff. So in this next sequence, we're going to end up on the mat doing our bow pose, so that's where we reach back for the tops of the feet. So if you struggle to reach for the tops of the feet and lift the chest, coming into a cobra pose instead of that. We're going to go through a little mini sort of sequence, if you like, within this sequence where we're coming into a lunge position, twisting to warrior two, back into lunge, twisting the other way. So something we'd have done a similar variation before. I'll quickly demonstrate. So quick demo, we're extending up tall, right foot back into lunge, raising the arms up, and then we're going to twist to the chest facing to the right to warrior two, and then we're going to come back to center. So I'm pivoting on the ball of that back foot, and then I'm going to fold forwards and come up, and then twist, and then come back. So we're going to run through that movement a few times. So we'll be inhaling up, breathing out as we twist, inhaling, breathing out forwards. So to the top of the mat, extending up, shoulders relaxed. So we'll stride back with the right foot into lunge, so the heel is off the mat, raising the arms up. Hips, chest facing forwards. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, coming into warrior two. So you're pivoting on the ball of the back foot, turning your body to face to the right. Right arm behind, look forwards over the top of the left hand. Next breath in, we'll come back to that lunge position. So we're pivoting on the back of the back foot. Next breath out, we're going to fold forwards. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, warrior two. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Breathing out, forwards. Inhaling up. Breathing out, warrior two. Inhale, coming back to crescent lunge. Breathing out, forwards. Inhaling, coming up. Breathing out to warrior two. Inhale as you come back. Breathing out forwards. Inhaling up. Turn the palms forwards into downward dog. From downward dog, shoulders forwards to plank, all the way down, extending the toes. So we're going to come into, you're either cobra pose, or if you can, we're reaching back, tops of the feet. So we take breath in and out. First we'll breathe in and out. Inhale, lift the chest, breathe out, press feet to hands. Slowly down, keeping hold of the feet if you can. Inhaling as you lift the chest, breathing out, feet to hands. Slowly down, keep a hold of the feet. Inhaling as you lift, breathing out, pressing feet to hands. Steady breath. Slowly down, legs down, arms down. Turn the head to one side. Pause there for a few breaths. So just allow yourself to have a breather. Press up to all fours. Knees wide, toes towards each other. Slide the hands away. So you press hands into the mat, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, coming down. Inhaling up. Breathing out, down. Pausing. Next time we're upright or we're on all fours, wrists on the shoulders, knees on the hips. And then back to downward dog. So we've curled the toes, lift the knees, press the bum back, allow the head to hang. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. Inhaling up. Hands to prayer position. Breathing out down. Taking the hands down. Great stuff. So we'll run through that again. So we'll come back to the top of the mat. Feet at hip width. We're extending up. Shoulders relaxed. So we're going to stride back with the left foot to lunge. So the heel is off the mat, toes and the ball of the foot contacting the mat. Hips, chest facing forwards. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're coming to warrior two. So you're pivoting on the ball of the back foot, left arm behind, look forwards over the top of the right hand. Inhaling as you come back to lunge. Breathing out, coming forwards. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out to warrior two. Looking forwards over the right hand. Inhale, back to lunge. Breathing out forwards. Inhale, coming up. Breathing out, warrior two. Looking forwards over the right hand. Inhale, back to lunge. Breathing out forwards. Inhaling up. We'll do that once more. Breathing out to warrior two. Inhaling back to lunge. Breathing out forwards. Inhaling up. Turning the palms forwards to downward dog. Shoulders forwards to plank. All the way down. So we're again coming into elbow pose, so reaching for the tops of the feet, or coming into a cobra pose. So we'll take a breath in and out first. We'll breathe in and out. Inhaling as you lift the chest. Breathing out, pressing feet to hands. Slowly down. Keep a hold of the feet if you can. Inhaling as you lift. Breathing out, press feet to hands. Steady breath. Breathing out, down. Pausing there for a moment. Inhaling as you lift, breathing out, feet to hands. Slowly down, legs down, arms down, turning the head to the other side this time if you remembered which way your head was turned. So you're just pausing there for a few breaths. press yourself up to an all fours position. And from all fours, we come to downward dog. Step forwards, fold forwards. Inhale up, hands to prayer position. Breathe out, down. And taking the hands down. Great stuff. So we'll have a go at tree pose. Take the weight into the right foot, left foot to preferred position. So position that's doable, but not impossible. Hands to prayer position. So you're extending up tall, taking the hands up, apart, back down, and coming up, apart, back down, and once more up, apart, and down. Bring that left leg round in front, right hand on your left leg if you can. So you're drawing the left leg across the body, left arm to the left. If we can, we're turning the head to the left hand. And then bringing that left arm and left foot down. Taking the weight into your left leg, right foot again to your preferred position. Fixing the gaze, hands to prayer position, extending up, taking the hands up, apart, and then coming back down, and then coming up, apart, back down, and then once more up, apart, and then back down. So if we can, right leg round in front, left hand on the right leg, so you're drawing it across, right arm to the right, turn the head to look towards the right hand. And then bringing that right arm and that right foot down. So we'll come back to the top of the mat, hands to prayer position, extending up tall, taking a breath in and out, we'll breathe in, and then out, inhaling up, breathing out, folding forwards, hands to shins, inhaling as you lift into flat back, hands to mat, and back to plank. All the way down, extend the toes, inhale cobra, breathe out down, curl the toes under, press up, and then back into downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards, inhaling up, hands to prayer position above the head, breathing out down. Inhaling up, breathing out forwards. Hands to shins, inhaling as you lift, hands to mat, back to plank. All the way down, extending the toes, inhale, lift to cobra, breathing out down, curl the toes under, back to downward dog. Stepping forwards, folding forwards. From our forward fold position, we're going to come into a squat. So we're going to turn the feet out, allow the bum to come down, only if it's okay for your knees. So I'm going to place my right hand on the ground, my right arm is gently pressing on the inside of the right leg, twist to the left, gazing up towards the left hand down, inside of the left leg, twist to the right, maybe fall back, right hand down to the left, opening the chest, reach away through the left fingertips, left hand down, and then to the right, and then right hand down. From here we're going to come to a seated position with the soles of the feet together. So grabbing your block if you're going to have one, or your pillows, your props. So we've got the soles of the feet together, shuffling them in, interlace fingers around the toes, extending up, and just gently rocking from one side to the other as we start to slow down, slowing the breathing down. And then coming to a stop, extending up, lead with the chest, hands down, head hanging, Steady breath. And again, maybe just a gentle rock. So you feel that stretch, you're aware of the stretch on the insides of the thighs, and you're breathing out, imagining that your body's relaxing. Just noticing if there's some letting go that you can do. So being aware of the knees and imagine them just dropping down towards the ground. And as you think about that, you might notice that the knees drop a little bit by themselves. So that's where we often subconsciously hold some of that tension. Slowly coming back up. So we're going to do the stretch with the strap where we're lying down. We're going to raise the leg up. And then we're going to, if you've got the space, hopefully you have, we're going to take the leg from one side to the other. If you do struggle with the space, bringing the leg upright, straight upright, as part of these rounds will be fine for you. So don't worry too much if you can't take leg from one side to the other. But if you have the space, we'll do that. So I'm going to, you can't see my feet, but you'll get the idea. So I'm going to pop the strap around my right foot. I'm going to come to lying back, and as I lie back, I'm raising up my right leg. So the leg upright, the right leg upright is either straight or a slight bend, and you're just bringing it to a point where you start to feel a little bit of resistance. And if we can, we're holding at that point of resistance. So you're that point where you're aware of the stretch feeling in the back of that right leg. And then from here, taking both lengths of the strap in the left hand and guiding, if you've got the space, guiding your right leg over to your left side. So you'll slide your hand up the strap towards you so you can get that elbow down and have the right hand on the ground next to you. And we're keeping the tension in the strap to work the toes towards the head. Steady breath. Keeping that tension, body is relaxing. So you're focusing on your breathing, you're imagining the body relaxing. Slowly coming back to center. So when you can, we'll take strap in each hand again, work the right leg up. So when you're doing this, hopefully you've got the head down, the shoulders down, and we're just using the arms and the hands to encourage this right leg up. Both lengths of the strap in the right hand will guide the right leg to the right side. So when you can, get the right elbow down, and you're in control of how much this right leg comes over. But as we're doing this, we're keeping tension in the strap to keep the toes moving towards the head. Couple more breaths. Slowly coming back to center. We'll work this right leg upright once more. So when you can, strap in each hand, bring in that right leg up. Couple more breaths here. Allow the right leg down, and we'll switch sides. So we'll pop the left foot in the strap. When you're ready, raising up your left leg. So you're bringing it to that point where you start to feel some resistance. You're aware of the feeling of the stretch in the back of the left leg. Steady breath. So you're breathing out. You're imagining the body's relaxing. You've got the arms, hand engaged. Rest of the body's relaxed. Both lengths of the strap in the right hand, and we'll guide that left leg over to the right. Getting that right elbow down, left arm is on the ground. Steady breath. When we're doing this, the gaze is either towards the ceiling, or you can always, if you wanted to, turn the head the opposite direction to the leg. So in this case, we could turn the head to the left if we wanted to. But if that feels a little bit uncomfortable or alien, then keeping looking up. Slowly back to center. Both lengths of the, length of the strap in each hand, working that left leg up. Steady breath. And then both lengths of the strap in the left hand will guide the left leg over to the right. Left leg to the left rather. Steady breath. And then when you're ready, we'll bring that left leg back to center once more, strap in each hand, working the left leg up to where we feel that resistance. Couple more breaths here. And then allowing that left leg to come down, popping strap to one side, so we'll stay lying down, legs bent, feet flat as we wind up this session. Reaching down with the fingertips, catch backs of the heels. Allow both legs to the right side. So your windscreen wiper legs to the right. Breathing out, imagining, feeling the body's relaxing. Inhale the legs to the centre, breathe out to the left, keeping the legs on the left side for a few breaths. And then inhale back to centre, breathing out to the right, inhaling up, exhaling down. So you're gently taking the legs, the knees from one side to the other, following the breath. Pausing when you're back to centre, so we've got the knees pointing towards the ceiling. Lift the feet up, hands to knees. Gently draw the knees towards the chest. Take the knees apart away from each other. Knees move away. Arms straight and knees back together, in towards the chest. So we continue this movement, inhaling as the knees move away from you. Breathing out as you draw the knees in towards you. And then in the opposite direction. And then feet to the mat. And we'll come into our relaxation from here. So we're extending the legs long, arms by your sides, palms facing upwards, closing the eyes, and attention to your breathing. And just allowing the body to relax. Feel the body relax, sink down. And just taking a moment to notice how you feel. How you feel in your body, how you feel in your mind. And if you can, you'll compare that to the start of the session. And just notice. And starting to take some deeper breaths, moving fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, gently rolling to one side so you can bend the legs up, get the feet flat, roll to one side, press up to a seated position, closing the eyes, hands to prayer position. So thank you all for making some time in your week for yoga. Thank you for joining in. Namaste. Until next time, take care.